Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy boy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here on this seasoning opening day of American Alliance football. So literally in about an hour, they'll have kickoff of the 8-team league. I believe there's 2 games tonight and 2 games tomorrow. That is actually owned by the NFL. There's former players that are in the front offices, that are coaches in there, as well as former players that are actually playing in the league. So at least we got something going on. I'm going to be interested to watch a bit with Michael. Michael Anthony is going to be live streaming, doing things. And here's the crazy thing. Last night we had a live stream, great live stream, and hopefully you guys tuned in, checked it out and things. We're doing some new stuff, and I'm getting better with technology. In fact, by the time the season gets here, what I'm doing now is going to seem elementary in comparison to what I'll be able to do. It was kind of cool because actually last night I was using 3 different cameras, able to actually load up clips and things with the software, live streaming software and studio, which was incredible. I mean, it was nice because I could put a camera over here and it had a great shot of getting Vosh and stuff like that. Put me further away so you didn't have to kind of get that terrifying look. Of course, I've got my main Mevo camera, which I actually control with my cell phone over here so I can zoom in or, kind of look around different areas. And then I had another camera over here so that way if I just really wanted to get up in your face and scare the crap out of you with all this wrinkles and stuff going on, I could do that. So as the season gets here, it's going to be cool because we're going to have more and more people during the season coming over, some of you fans coming over for games and stuff, and we'll have like the bar cam so we can catch the people sitting at the bar or people over there or people outside. We'll be able to do all kinds of stuff, so I'm excited about it. But one thing that was interesting with Vosh, and Vosh, I like to call him Young Gun. One, he loves guns, but two, he just spits stuff out there like a machine gun. That guy, he truly knows his facts when it comes to players in the draft and stuff. I mean, nobody's perfect. You can miss on people, but he knows more than I dare say any of these fools that are working for ESPN. And the difference is, as opposed to being a face on TV, that's basically having other people that are doing the work and saying, here's the information on this guy. Goes through and breaks down, knows it because he does it himself. But he says something, of course, a lot of times he says stuff that kind of gets under your skin, but resonates with you. And one of the things he said is, which is true, that if we're up to Cowboy fans, 90% of the players we have on the team would have been gone, kicked out, let go, released, wouldn't be re-signed, which is right. Because as he put it, Zeke Elliott, he's too much of a problem child. Get rid of him. People said that. Dak Prescott, he sucked. He regressed. Get rid of him. Actually, some of you are still saying that. Randy Gregory, man, he's a drug addict. Get rid of him. But here we sit right here this offseason and looking at it, where we were, because this is one of the things I'm going to do. We're going to revisit where we were a year ago and how things changed. A year ago, if somebody said to you that we'd have 2 defensive ends, one of which have 4 tackles and 1 sack, and the other would have 25 tackles and 6 sacks, and you didn't know what was happening in the season, one said David Irving and one said Randy Gregory, and I would have said that one of them probably won't be back next year, you probably would have said Randy Gregory would have had the 4 tackles, the 1 sack, and would be out of here. You wouldn't say that it would have been David Irving. But David Irving just disappointed. You looked at David Irving's body of work, and last year he had 7 sacks in 8 games, and you looked at it, you said, well, he had the concussion at the end of the season, and he had the PED suspension, but when he played those 8 games, you said, my God, guy's a beast, man. You put him with DeMarcus Lawrence. Damn, it's gonna be crazy. But what a difference a year makes, because he never really got it going. He didn't show up for OTAs, mini camps, When he showed up for training camp, he was overweight and mine wasn't there. He was in the news for things that you didn't expect. And when he did finally come in, he wasn't really in shape. And yeah, he played in a couple of games, but 4 tackles and 1 sack for a guy who had 7 sacks in 8 games. And we kept hoping and waiting and praying and thinking that he was going to be coming around because he's got all kinds of talent. We didn't sit here because we were thinking, oh my God, somebody's going to snatch this guy up. We might need to give him a first-round tender, not a second round. But here we sit a year later and you wonder, will he ever play a down in football again? Not much less for the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are, hey, it's water under the bridge. We did the 1-year tender and it just didn't work out. But on the flip side, Randy Gregory redeemed himself. Randy Gregory got it in gear. Randy Gregory, very raw. Don't get me wrong, because Randy Gregory would frustrate the hell out of you because you would get penalty after penalty.
Leon led it.
Okay, yeah, well, he's not on that level yet.
Well, when it comes to the penalty part.
Okay, but some of those were his fault. Some of those were a little ticky-tack. And some of those he was being held and things. But when you looked at the body of work, you did not expect, because I'll be honest, I sat here and I was like, if we can just get him to make it through the season without getting a suspension, I said that's a victory. Because you looked at it and said, he must be smoking some good weed because that weed literally cost him $20+ million. And you had to keep saying, and that Cowboys kept saying, why are we holding on to guy? Why? Because the guy got a whole lot of talent. And he's still on his rookie contract. And so as we sit here a year ago, and as we as fans, and Vosh actually pointed out too, we as fans can look at all this stuff after the fact and things and say we should do this, we should do that, but the reality is you don't know what you don't know. And the team was better off taking a risk on him. Didn't work out when we had, say, Greg Hardy taking risks on that guy. But Randy Gregory, as raw as he was with those 6, he's like a raging bull. And if he can keep his mind straight and focused like he did and start really learning the crafts of the game, because make no mistake about it, he's only scratched the surface of his ability. This is where Vosh kept saying, listen, Randy Gregory, he's got the speed, he's got the instincts, he's got all the tools. And he does. And now it seems like he's got a system supporting him enough to hopefully continue to maintain that. And I think maybe him getting Charles Haley's number, still early, that might have been the right number for him. He's going to be that good as long as his mind and love for the sport is there. Make no mistake about it. He's a raging bull. He can do some incredible things on the field, but understand everything in life is dependent on your head and your heart being fully into it. David Irving has God-given tools and ability that others out there wish that they had, but it means absolutely nothing if your heart and your head is not in there. I hope David Irving takes the next few weeks before the season goes and makes amends for what's going on. I understand, believe me, I understand going through hard times and having to deal with family situations. I went through a divorce and had to take care of my son Michael and Michaela when they were 5 and 3, after having a flesh-eating bacteria and having to learn how to walk again, having lost a job and having to start all over learning to walk. I didn't have a support system to make it. I understand that completely. But in the end, I had to work. I had to make money. I had to find a way to do what I had to do to be able to support them. Because if I did not succeed, if I didn't make money, if I was not able to work, me being home with them just didn't mean anything because we're going to be sitting in the dark because electricity's off. I hope that he can get a resolution for his situation, that he can get some peace with the child's mother, because in the end, it's always going to be the two of you connected because of that child. But you have to find a way to make that work between the two of you, and you have to be able to find a way to make your head work where you can get on the field. You hate to be the guy that 2, 3, 5 years down the road is sitting in the bar having a drink saying, I could have been, I should have been, I wish I had been, because you let the opportunity slip by you. And I'm hoping that Randy Gregory, having been given the extra chances over and over again and the opportunity, that he stays focused and realizes the blessing that being able to be in the NFL and on the Dallas Cowboys really is. So Michael Anthony's getting set up for his live stream here. I'm curious to see how the game's going to go. It's 40 minutes until kickoff, and we're going to see what we're going to see. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, I'd be sitting here talking to myself, because that's what I do. I'll see you soon.